Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can set up a Docker Compose and run a project in a Docker Compose file. In my previous tutorial, I've shown how to run Docker and set up a WordPress in a Docker simply without using Docker Compose. But in this tutorial, I'm going to show Docker Compose and how you can configure project in a Docker Compose. And in this example, I'm going to show WordPress, but you can use for any other project like Laravel or Drupal or any other Django. So let's begin. You can see my Docker Compose file open in my editor. So I'm inside the WordPress folder, and there are a couple of folders, and there's one file is called docker-compose.yaml file. This is a YAML file, and I'm gonna explain this. So this is a Docker Compose version. I think the latest one is 3.87. I'm not really sure, but I've been using 3.3, and that's okay for now. And there is a service on the second line, and services are all of the other services like web service or database or any other you like. Let's say this is Adminer. Adminer is a simple tool to operate the database work. So okay, so you can give any name you like. I've given the web, and inside the web there is a image key, and then the image you like to run for this service. So I've used the WordPress, and this is a tag name and latest. So this downloads the latest WordPress image, and then this is a restart key always. So it means every time Docker restarts, this service will always run. You can do unless stopped. So what does that mean is you'll always run this service unless this service stopped manually. And then container name, we can give the container name so that we can get into the container easily with the name. And then depends on database, because this container depends on a database, so we can write a network. So this is a network name because we have defined the network all the way down here. So why do we need a network? Network is a way to connect these containers so that you assign the similar IP address, same IP address within the same range, so that we can connect each other's. And these are the ports exposing to the host inside the container. So mapping the port 80, 443, and 443. So this is a secure and for SSL. And this is volumes. So I'm mapping the. In Docker, we give a dot means current folder and /web. So this is the folder I'm mapping in my host into a container. Inside the container, it's a var www html, and the environmental, we can even write the environmental variable. This is the environmental available inside the container. And another service is database. I'm using mysql 5.7 and exposing these ports. And container name, database, and so restart unless stopped is a standard. And then in MySQL, there is a way you can set the password on Docker up. So when you run the first time Docker Compose up, this is the password gonna set for the root, and this the database gonna create. And the volumes, I'm mapping database volume into my local host in the host machines, so that database will be persistent. If you do not map this volume, remember, otherwise if you do not map this volume, then you're gonna be lost. You'll lost on next restart. So make sure you always map this volume. and this is a database helper tool to CRUD database, either creating new database or adding new tables or editing any rows. And then I'm exposing 8080 and creating a network. So this is our Docker standard Docker file. So how do you run this Docker file? I'm going in the container. I'm inside my project directory WordPress, and this Docker. So you have to be in this directory, whatever this Docker file is. And then docker-compose is a Docker standard file name, so you don't have to specify the file name. In docker compose up. So what does that mean is, so we'll go through this file, docker compose file, and go through the services and try to pull these images and go through all of this configuration and then set these up for us. And -d means detach mode. We don't want to attach. So attaching mode is that we'll be inside the container and we'll be see all of the log and all of these output. So we don't want that. So we want detach mode. So if I do hit this, so in my localhost, all of these images has already been pulled down from the Docker hub. So if not, then you start pulling to the localhost in your localhost machine. But in my case, it's already been done, so it's very quick and easy now. So let's test this. Go to the browser and type localhost. Yay! So now our WordPress site is up. I mean, we can set it up because we do have a database as well. So let's go to the next. Let's go, and then database name. Let's go to the Docker compose file and see what is the database name we set. Yes, the database name is WordPress, and the root password is password, and the username is root. So we're gonna use that. Root, password is password. So database host. This is a tricky thing. The database host gonna be, because this configuration gonna be inside the container, and then so this will be called inside the container. So we need to give the container a service name, unless we know IP address. We have a fixed IP address inside the container, so it's always best practice to give this service name. So we're gonna give database db, and okay, let's try it. Establishing. Okay, database connection error. Try again. That's my fault. Password and db. Yay, it's run. Let's run the installation. This is a database, WordPress username, test 1 2 3, confirm weak password. Okay, we don't want discover by search engine. And okay, I just want to install without. Okay, let's give it. Okay, so it's set up and running now. Oh, what was the password? Test 1 2 3 4. Test 1 2 3, sorry. Okay, it's up and running now. So that's how quick it is just to run WordPress in a Docker. So Thank you very much and have a lovely day.